Thanksgiving is approaching, which got me thinking a lot about gratitude, because I know this is something that a lot of us struggle with. Why do we struggle with gratitude? Because honestly, it's really hard sometimes to see the positive in what seems so negative. That being said, the more positive you are, all the easier it is to be positive and the harder it is to be negative, because who wants to be negative when positivity literally benefits your health and so many other things. But I digress. Point is, so many of us can metaphorically get bitten by a snake, right? Have you ever been bitten by a snake that may be a person, maybe a literal snake, maybe you name it, right? Something just sometimes you see it coming, sometimes you're, wrestling with the wrong thing and then it bites you and you're like, I should have seen this coming. Why did I let myself do this? Why? But you do, Sometimes we just do. Other times, you're just minding your own business, doing what should be beneficial to you, right? Out in the sun, getting a good hike in, and then you get bitten. Just out of the blue, you just didn't see it coming, right? And the thing is, when this happens, regardless of how it happens, whether, it was you at fault or not at fault, oftentimes I think every time we realize, you know what? It happened. What matters now is getting myself fixed, is getting healed, and just getting to the hospital, getting home, getting on medication, getting myself bandaged up, whatever the needed outcome is at that time. What we don't do is go to the snake and go, why did you bite me? Why would you do such a thing? Why? Why would we do that? We don't do that because we know it doesn't work, right? We're never going to get an answer out of that snake. Never. There's no way we'll get an answer. We'd probably get bitten again if we tried going back to the snake for an answer as to why it bit us. We understand that the snake is simply a snake. It is protecting itself. That is what it does. And that is that. And that whether, it was our fault or not, it happened. We take accountability for the fact that it happened and we move on. I don't think I have ever met a single person in my life who would go back to the snake and argue with the snake as to why it would do such a thing. Where am I going with this? Why do we do this in our own life? In so many aspects of our life. Why do we argue with these metaphorical snakes in our life? Whether it's a person who hurt us, whether it's a thing that's not a thing per se, but you know what I mean. Like, whether it was a job, whether, like, it doesn't really boil down to a person per se, but said, place or whatever hurt you somehow. Why would you argue with them as to why? Why get to the bottom of why instead of just going, you know what? I'm going to get on the medicine right now that I need to heal myself from this. I'm going to go through therapy. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to do affirmations. I'm going to move on and I'm going to fix myself rather than trying to get to the bottom of why. And believe me, I get it. I love myself some psychology. I want to know the explanation as to everything ever. I do. Things from 10 years ago, I still wonder why. And I want to know, and I think a lot of the reason I want to know why is because history repeats itself, right? And if we don't learn from previous situations, how are we ever going to see the snake coming at us next time? And the thing is, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we won't. But we're more cautious. Maybe we'll know what to look for next time. Maybe we'll know where to look next time. Maybe next time we'll have a layer of protection of ourselves up. Maybe we'll be in better shoes next time. You know what I mean, so to speak. Maybe we'll be more prepared. We won't go hiking in flip-flops next time. And again, I say this like as a metaphor for any aspect of your life. Maybe, you're in a job that is screwing you over. Maybe next time you'll set up more boundaries in the sense of flip-flops that, you'll have this extra layer of protection that you didn't know you needed before. And now you know. As I say all this, I want to know, how does this resonate with you? Are you thinking of an audition that maybe you didn't make, that you got turned down, or maybe you got rejected from a job that you really, really thought that you were the perfect fit for? You thought you had it just written in the stars. Your name was in the sand, that there was no way that the tide was going to wash that out. And then it did. I want to know, what does this bring up for you? Because the truth is, how can you move on from it? How can you look at this in the same situation as the snake and go, you know what? Maybe I could have handled it differently. But the thing is, I need to recognize that, because you can't change what you don't acknowledge. And if I can't acknowledge the fact that, okay, maybe I messed up. Maybe I could have done better. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I literally thought that this was written in the stars for me, and yet I still failed. And I truly don't know how. I did not see that coming a million years away, but I did. And instead of letting that just eat you alive and let that venom literally take you out, how can you look at this and go, you know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get this venom out of me, this poison out of me, because it doesn't belong in me. And realize, you know what? Okay, I had a bad mess up. It's over now. I'm moving on. I'm going to learn from this, and I'm going to do better. I know for me personally, going through rejection after rejection after rejection, bottomless rejection of trying to apply for places, where I could pursue my entertainment dream, and just facing this abyss of rejection, I felt obviously defeated. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? This is really building my character a lot. Because when you can go through so much rejection and so much, of the thing that scares you the most, this backlash of just being told no, and that it's not what they're looking for, that you're not good enough, and so many words, right? I'm like, if I can go through all that and still keep going and still keep going, I'm like, the only thing that they're really destroying is my ego. And when you kill your ego, the world's yours. The world's yours. Because, on some level, you need your ego to keep your, to kind of keep your own personal status quo that you want for yourself. But at the same time, if you can kill your ego and get past, that bruised ego, what's going to tear you down at that point? It's kind of like being a superhero. Nothing is really going to stop you, because you have nothing to hurt you when you've already removed the thing, that has the ability to be hurt. Because getting rejection from a job or something like that, it's probably not going to hurt your heart. So it's going to hurt your ego. So if you can kill that yourself, all that you really have left is consistency and dedication. And you got it. You got it. Go from there. For more free content, follow me on almost any social media platform at Make Waves Coach, and also at Mermaid Cassandra. Also check out my podcast, Make Waves Mermaid Cassandra, available every place podcasts are found. And also check out my book. It's available in the link in the description below. I will talk to you guys soon. Go out there and make waves. Mwah.